How's everybody doing today? Thank you for joining me again on another episode of Life with Leeks. If you haven't already, I'd like to invite you to subscribe and like. Today I wanted to share with you a project that I've been wanting to do for, I don't know, maybe close to a year now. And it's one of my DIY projects. Well, it's not really a DIY. I didn't do anything but, put wallpaper up. But anyway, I want to share with you because it's always been a daunting project to do wallpaper. Putting it on or taking it off. It's like, I don't have the patience. I don't even think I can follow the instructions well enough for it to turn out halfway decent. So I just didn't, I haven't been inclined to even bother with wallpaper. Well, I found some wallpaper called Tempaper, and basically it's can be removed. It can be on long term or removed whenever you like. Doesn't matter. So this is Intersections by Tempaper. So as you can see, it has a sheen on it, crisscross patterns, and then it has a matte finish in certain areas. So this paper, as I mentioned, isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I love this. So something about the black wall, I don't know what it is. I'm loving it. I think that spaces can, or a lot of people shy away from dark colors on walls because it tends to make a room smaller. It can. But I also think that it can have a dramatic effect and you can dress it up so many different ways. So I'm in love with this wallpaper. I absolutely love it. This, I haven't completely finished styling the space, but I love it. I actually have another wall. I didn't even realize I have another wall in my guest room that is also, it's kind of, it looks black to the naked eye, but it's really like a dark charcoal. So this seems to be a little recurring thing with me. Anyway, I would like to show you the process of this. If you are considering wallpaper, I would definitely look into Tempaper because it is very easy to install. It took me a minute to get the hang of it. I think like the third strip that I put on, I kind of got my rhythm. So let me show you the process. So before you get started, you want to make sure that you have all of your tools at your fingertips. Also, you will need to have a large surface to spread your paper out on and a step stool. So I made sure that I had a squeegee, a pair of scissors, an X-Acto knife, a leveler, preferably a larger leveler, and measuring tape. So I went with Intersections by Tempaper. While I did watch the instructions from the company as well as read the directions on the paper, somehow I seem to always leave something out or skip something inadvertently. So while it may seem like it's a good idea to first measure your area and then cut all your strips all at one time, I'm going to show you why, especially if you're working with a pattern, why that doesn't work and you may end up wasting some paper. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you measure the height of the wall and then mark it from top to bottom so that you can have a straight line. The first sheet is, it's very important that the first strip that you put on is straight. If it's not straight, then all the other corresponding strips will not be straight. So at all costs, make the first one straight. Here's where I messed up by cutting all of my sheets at one time, although at the time I thought it was going to be a good idea. Because of the pattern that you have to match up, it didn't work out that way. So some of them were just fitting, others had some waste on the top or bottom. The directions also encourage you to use a squeegee as you're going down. I noticed that that didn't always pan out or cooperate. And I learned by the third strip that it's just easier to use my hand as you go along, and don't pull the paper out so quickly as you're going. So you separate the paper from the back of the sheet and smooth it with your hand as you go along, not pull a large amount off at one time. So remember, this is removable wallpaper, which is wonderful. As you can see right here, I'm spent a lot of time on this one particular spot. And then from that, I learned that if you're going to remove the paper, it's best to remove it from the bottom up, not from the sides. Because if you pull from the sides, then you stretch the paper and then it never lays perfectly flat. So if you have to remove it for whatever reason, make sure you pull from the bottom up and then work your way back down in smoothing. It's important to start in the middle of your wall and work from either left or right sides, whichever you prefer, so that you don't run into any snags with your paper not cooperating or fitting. But after that third page, that third strip, I kind of got my rhythm. My wall, of course, as you can see, is on an angle. So it wasn't difficult. It was just a little tricky at the top in making it flush to the wall. But all in all, this was a very, very easy project to do. I encourage anyone who loves wallpaper to try this product out. Thanks so much for watching, and hope you enjoyed this episode of Life with Leeks. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Have a great one.